Hey Scrappers, it's Vanessa here today, and today I have a layout for Confessions of a Paper Addict, as well as I'm playing along with Off the Board. So at the beginning of the video, I showed you my pin, and it's sort of a home decor kind of pin. The cut file that I am using is that tree stump. It was released, I think, in June. You can find it definitely in the Confessions of a Paper Addict store, which I'll have linked down below. So that's the cut file I'm going to use. I did use a, like you saw there, an embossing folder that I put some ink on and then embossed the paper so that it makes it look like almost like a real piece of wood. So that is what I'm using. And so I'm just going to build my background. Now for the Pinterest inspiration, I had that wall that had all of those stripes of colors. And so I took some of the papers from my How to Kill a Kit with Style. And I decided to, one of the papers was that chevron, and off camera I went ahead and cut out all the individual chevrons, and those are what I'm going to use to mirror the stripes that are in the inspiration piece. And so that's sort of the inspiration that I took from my Pinterest picture. So once I had those sort of in place, like you saw me place them on my background, I'm just going to go ahead here and mat my photo. My photo was already trimmed to a little smaller than a 4x4, give or take. And so I'm taking two other scraps from my kit and I'm just going to mat that photo twice. And it's going to go right there like you see on my layout. So at this point I have gone ahead and placed everything for my background down on my white cardstock that does have some Heidi Swap gold color shine on the background. And I've popped up my two trees as well as my picture on some fun foam to give it some dimension. And so now I'm going to work on my clusters. And I also took the idea of where to place my embellishment from the picture. There are sort of plants kind of hanging from the wall. And so at least for two of them, the two at the top, I kind of took the inspiration from the picture on where to put those. And then my bottom cluster is doesn't exactly match up with the photo, but you definitely get the three elements of clusters that the photo has. And so I think if you compare the two, you can definitely tell that I took my inspiration from that photo. My title for this one is going to be Hello Summer Hiking, and so I'm just going to spend a little bit of time here building my clusters up. I have just gone ahead and pulled a whole bunch of pieces from my How to Kill a Kit with Style. So I have some chipboard florals. I have some florals from a Maggie Holmes sticker book that I put on white cardstock because they were clear stickers. My title is a chipboard, and then I have some little letter tile stickers that I believe I pulled those from my stash. And so I just went through and just pulled a whole bunch of pieces that I thought, you know, the word strips sort of had something to do with, you know, this picture or hiking or summer in general. And I'm just going to build up my clusters. So you're just going to kind of see me play around a little bit with the different bits and pieces. I also took the pinwheels that were on the sticker sheet and I put a brad through each of them just to give a little bit of extra texture because they're just flat stickers. And I placed one of those in each of my embellishment clusters. And so now that I have my bottom cluster built, I'm going to work on my two top ones. I do go ahead and glue all of this down off camera. So I think it does change slightly because of course I'm gluing it down off camera and things tend to move when you pick everything up. I will say that I do end up placing a small cluster over on the other side of the photo. I felt like it was missing something, and you'll see that when I come back here after I've glued everything down. And I'm actually considering that to really still be part of the same cluster because it's really all really contained around my photo. So I'm still kind of going with 3 embellishment clusters on this layout. You can tell me what you think, but I don't consider the other cluster on the other side of the photo to be its own. So you'll see that here in just a sec as I kind of play around. It takes me a little bit. I didn't speed up the video a ton. It does take me a little bit to build out these clusters with all of these little bits and pieces that I've pulled. I'm just trying to make them full, and most of these are sticker elements, and so I do end up popping things up, as well as those brads really help add some texture, because everything would be really flat if I did not add the brads and then pop things up. And so at this point, I pretty much have everything in place. I have a few other things that I had on that wax paper that I wanted to pull out. And there you see, the only thing I added off camera were some enamel dots. And I will have the links down below for everyone playing along with Off the Board, as well as the links to the Confessions of a Paper Addict shop and Facebook group. So be sure to go over and grab some fun cut files. And with that, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.